Have you ever experienced that strange, persistent feeling? Like your heart knows something your mind just can't explain? There's someone you barely think about, yet they keep appearing in your thoughts, your dreams, even your prayers. You start to wonder, could this be a sign? Is Allah trying to send you a message? What if this quiet insistence, this subtle waiting inside your heart, is actually the answer you've been searching for? In this video, you'll explore how Allah might already be communicating with you about this person, not through words, but through signs, emotions, and paths that always lead back to the same name. If you sense that this person isn't in your life by mere chance, stay with me until the end. What you're about to discover might transform the way you see things forever. When intuition turns into a silent answer, there are moments when words become unnecessary. You just know Allah has already responded. Your heart begins to stir without a clear reason. Someone crosses your path and something about them captures your attention. Not on a surface level, but deeply, spiritually. You can't quite explain why you feel this way, but you know it's more than coincidence. In Islamic teachings, intuition isn't some vague, mystical notion. It's a kind of perception the heart receives when connected to divine light. When the heart is sincere, peaceful, and focused on Allah, it can sense subtle signs and impressions, things that can't be put into words but resonate more powerfully than anything else. What if the feelings you have for this person are more than attraction? What if your soul recognized them before you even consciously did? Maybe this person comes to mind during your prayers. Maybe you find yourself thinking of them at unexpected moments, even when you try not to. Perhaps you even forgot about them for a time, but Allah hasn't removed them from your path. So they keep returning to you. And then doubt creeps in. You wonder if this is just an illusion, a trick of your soul, or if it's a true guidance. Islamic spirituality teaches that the heart of a believer can receive subtle guidance as long as it is protected from illusions and freed from blind attachments. It's not about blindly following emotions, but about recognizing when Allah places a light inside you that encourages deeper attention, clearer feeling. That clarity might be your sign. How many times have you asked Allah for a sign, only to overlook the quiet messages already present in your heart, in the gentle persistence, the recurring thoughts, the calm moments where the same name keeps returning? What if that soft, unwavering inner voice is actually the reflection of a choice already blessed for you, even if you don't fully understand it yet? Some signs don't shout, they whisper. They whisper softly. They wait until your heart is calm enough to recognize their voice. Allah doesn't always communicate through grand, dramatic events. Sometimes He speaks through your silence, your emotional balance, your inner peace. And in that quiet moment, what you feel for that person takes on a spiritual meaning you can no longer deny. So ask yourself this: why does this person remain so present in your life despite the passage of time, the distance between you, and your own efforts to forget them? What if it's precisely because Allah wants you to stop ignoring what your heart has been trying to tell you all along? When circumstances repeat themselves to awaken you, sometimes Allah doesn't need to show you a dream or reveal a verse for confirmation. Often it's the quiet repetition of circumstances that carries the strongest message. You try to distance yourself from this person, yet they reappear in a conversation, a memory, or a situation. You change direction, focus on yourself, but life gently nudges you back to the same place. Each time you believe the chapter has closed, a strange coincidence reopens it again. You might not immediately realize these repeated moments are no accident. In faith, nothing happens without wisdom. Allah doesn't arrange repeated crossroads merely for your amusement. When the same name surfaces in your talks, when that person is mentioned at crucial times, or when their memory comes to you in prayer for clarity, it may be a reminder you've been neglecting. Sometimes you become so fixated on what you think you want that you fail to see what you truly need to understand. And in His infinite wisdom, Allah allows life's events to guide your reflection, not stirred by emotional chaos, but by the logic of your path. This person keeps crossing your path because they might be part of your journey, not necessarily as a final destination, but as a lesson, a mission, or a deeper commitment. Often you make dua asking Allah to keep you away from anything not meant for you. Yet inexplicably, this person remains present. If Allah intended for you to be completely separated, He would have made forgetting easy, closed all doors and cut all ties. Instead, you find the paths intersecting again, doors never fully closing. Here, the true believer begins to question not the other person, but themselves. Why does this presence keep returning? What am I meant to understand? Am I ready to see what I've been overlooking? Repetition isn't meant to torment you. It's there to awaken you. So stop searching for loud, obvious signs while Allah sends you subtle sequences in life that speak clearly on their own. You may have experienced phases of distance avoidance and questioning often arise when circumstances keep subtly drawing you back to the same person. But if this happens, it's not a mere distraction. It might be a delayed response, a message you weren't ready to receive before. What if now you truly open your eyes? What your heart refuses to admit, but your soul already knows. There is a kind of truth that doesn't come in words. It hides in the long silences, in the glances you avoid, in the decisions you delay. Deep down, you know this person didn't enter your life without reason. Yet you keep finding excuses to avoid confronting this clear reality. Why? Because something inside you is afraid to admit what's already obvious. Perhaps Allah has already spoken to you about this person, but you didn't listen. Not because you didn't want to, but because hearing the truth required courage. Recognizing this person as a divinely guided choice means accepting change. It means being ready to grow, to elevate yourself. This is where the question becomes serious. Are you truly ready to accept what you've been asking for? Maybe this person stirs something inside you you've been avoiding for a long time. Maybe they reflect your own shortcomings or push you to step outside your comfort zone, to let go of pride. Instead of seeing this as a chance to grow, you perceive it as a threat. But look closely. Why, despite your efforts to move on, does your heart remain attached to this image, this idea, this presence? Why, even when you physically distance yourself, do you still feel that deep inner connection, that quiet resonance? You can't force a heart to become attached any more than you can stop it from recognizing what Allah reveals. Sometimes that persistent inner connection isn't a weakness. It's a gentle guiding light, a soft yet steady call to look beyond what this person means to you and instead see what they awaken within you. What if Allah showed you this to remind you of who you're meant to become? What if through this connection, He's preparing you for a stage in life you cannot reach alone? Too many miss their destiny because they wait for clear signs, ignoring the subtle ones already felt in their hearts. A sincere heart senses the path even before the mind fully accepts it. It's time to stop running away, not from this person, but from what you become when you're with them. It's not about avoiding connection or wisdom. Allah never gives you a connection without purpose, reason, and wisdom in a heart touched. If your soul has truly been touched, there is profound wisdom behind it. You already know this isn't mere obsession or illusion. Maybe it's your unspoken truth. When their presence draws you closer to Allah, sometimes the clearest confirmation isn't found in what the person says or does. It's in how you change internally because they are part of your life. Allah might have already spoken to you, not by revealing the person, but by revealing yourself through them. And for the sincere believer, that message is loud and clear. Are you better with them? Pause and reflect. When you're around this person, do you find yourself remembering your Creator more? Do you feel compelled to purify your intentions? Does your spiritual discipline deepen? Do you seek Allah's guidance more often, trying to understand how to navigate this connection? These aren't small signs. They're spiritual indicators that this person is more than just a presence. They're a mirror. Allah doesn't only send confirmations through external signs. He does so through inner elevation. Often this elevation is quiet but profound. You begin to watch your words more carefully. You become more mindful of your actions. You hold back from sin, not just out of fear, but because this connection awakens a sense of dignity in you, a longing to be better, to be pure before your Lord. This is not emotional dependence, it's spiritual awakening. This person might not preach to you or display religiosity in the way you expect, but somehow Allah uses their presence to plant concern for the hereafter in your heart. They encourage you to perfect your prayers, to think twice before acting out of anger or pride, and to reflect deeply on your purpose and behavior. Isn't that already a divine response? We often ask Allah for guidance. When that guidance arrives as a person who influences your character, who holds you to higher standards, who gently pulls you away from darkness, not by force, but simply by existing, then that presence is extraordinary. It's not just chemistry or compatibility, it's spiritual alignment. And that doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen with everyone. Not everyone meant to stay forever. Here's the truth. Not everyone who inspires you spiritually is meant to stay in your life forever. Sometimes Allah uses certain people as bridges. They come, awaken you, and then leave. This too is part of His mercy. But when someone remains consistently present, not just in your life but in your spiritual growth, that consistency can't be ignored. Ask yourself again, are you better with them? Are you closer to Allah because of them? If the answer is yes, perhaps your confirmation has already been inscribed in your soul. And maybe the only reason, if you're still unsure, it's because you're waiting for something more obvious. But in truth, the transformation taking place within you is the loudest sign you'll ever receive. 5. The struggles that forge your connection. One of the most powerful signs that Allah has spoken to you about this person is the tests and trials that come with the relationship. Yes, you heard that right. It's often not the easy moments, but the difficult ones that confirm what Allah has already decreed for you. Allah does not test us out of cruelty. Every trial, hardship, and challenge is designed for growth. Sometimes Allah places someone in your life as a test, not just for you, but for them as well. How you respond, how you hold on to your faith amid these challenges reflects your sincerity and dedication to Allah's path. Think about the tough times you faced with this person. Has the relationship made you reflect on your actions, intentions, and behavior in ways you hadn't expected? Has it stirred emotions or reactions you didn't know you had? And yet, despite the hardships, do you find yourself turning back to Allah, seeking His forgiveness, asking for clarity and guidance? That is a profound confirmation. Allah often places challenges in relationships because they compel you to confront hidden parts of yourself. Perhaps it's your patience, pride, anger, desire for control, or reluctance to let go. Through this connection, Allah is refining your character and purifying your soul. What's even more powerful is that each trial you face together becomes an opportunity for both of you to grow spiritually. It's not about blaming the other person or external circumstances. It's about understanding that this relationship serves as a path of purification for your heart. When you face these struggles, Allah offers you the chance to deepen your reliance on Him. You learn to turn to Him in moments of frustration, seeking the peace only He can provide. True strength isn't found in avoiding hardship, but in trusting Allah throughout it. And just like the trials, moments of reconciliation and understanding with this person become signs as well. When conflict is resolved and you both emerge more grounded, compassionate, and aware of Allah's mercy, you realize something extraordinary. The trials were never obstacles. They were the very means by which your bond was strengthened. It's easy to think that if Allah truly approved of this relationship, everything would be easy. It's easy to believe that if Allah truly approved of this relationship, everything would be smooth and free from conflict. But Allah's wisdom often unfolds in unexpected ways. His tests aren't signs of rejection. They are signs of refinement, growth, and preparation. Allah prepares His servants for a future filled with greater success through the struggles they face today. So if you find yourself encountering difficulties with this person, don't despair or lose hope. Instead, recognize that these challenges are part of Allah's plan, a way to confirm what He has already decreed for you. Trust the process and trust in Allah's infinite wisdom. Every hardship brings you closer to the realization that Allah placed this person in your life for a purpose. He is guiding both of you towards something far greater than you can imagine. Sometimes the external confirmation you seek has already been written within your heart from the very beginning. Allah may have brought you to this person not so you can understand everything now, but so you're ready to trust His wisdom. Take a moment to reflect on all you've experienced, felt, and observed. It wasn't by chance. Maybe that was your sign. If this message resonates with you, subscribe now so you don't miss future posts that could bring even more clarity to your journey. And most importantly, share this video with someone wrestling with these kinds of inner questions. It might be exactly what they need. Leave a comment below saying, "I think this message is about me," and let's witness together how subtle yet perfect Allah's answers truly are.